Good afternoon, everybody. Uh, First, I would like to express my gratitude to the organizers. Thank you for invitation. It's a pleasure to be part again of such event and to share with you a new experience. While we wait here our fifth panel, I share with Edith my doubt. Should I tell one small joke or not? She support me. So, uh, it's not, maybe it's not a joke, it's a funny way to explain the definition of statistics. It's not my, and it's introduction in my lecture because it will be a lot of data. It's not my definition in origin. I took it from one experienced lawyer in Serbia. He was interviewed by a journalist, and whenever he tried to give answer, the journalist interrupt him with, but no, the statistics say different. But you know, the statistics say this, but no. And at the end, he asked the journalist, do you know the definition of statistics? And the journalist said, maybe no. And then he said, the statistics is like a bikini. You can see everything, but the most important is hidden. So actually, it's not the real joke. There are a lot of truth in that explanation of statistics. So the journalist at the end stopped with a question and to interrupt him and let him to explain what he wanted to say. My presentation today will be focused on some of the major demographic trends that are shaking our population in Central and Eastern Europe. At the beginning, in terms of methodology, but also personally, I feel the need to explain the definition and the meaning of the central region of Central and Eastern Europe. There are no unique definition. In my presentation, I use the definition of OECD, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, which is the most in line with demographic explanation of part of Central and Eastern Europe. Of course, there are definitions given by regional geographers. They consider some other features for definition of a region, some mountains, rivers, or state borders. Economic area, we use GDP per capita, also related with the state borders. But in demographic term, Central and Eastern countries are most similar to the definition of OECD, and in that sense, the Central and European countries are those listed at the slide. And I will give some insight for all these countries about the data related to the demographic trends. We all know that all parts of the world today, not only region of Central and Eastern Europe, are affected with all demographic components, with fertility, mortality, and migration. In this presentation, I didn't choose to handle with migration because they are very important for Europe and for this part of Europe too, for CSC countries. But I think that fertility and the issues related to the fertility, like postponed in birth, marriages, and other components related to the population aging are should be our priorities if we want to handle demographic development in this part of Europe. According to the data from the last decades, we can see that almost all countries in CIC region has experienced the decrease in the total number of population, which is given in the millions, and the change in a percent, the rate. And this change in total number of population is mostly related to the very low fertility rate in CAC region. In all countries, the total fertility rate or average number of children per woman is below 2. It's mostly around 1.5. And it is that level 1.5 is a crossroad to emergency low fertility. And some of the countries experienced and lower fertility, like Poland, Albania too, 1.3, and it is close to the 1.2 level, which is in demography market as lowest low fertility level. In the last decade, this number varied from year to year. We had also in the COVID situation where which fertility was also affected in some cases, in some countries in positive way, in some countries in negative way. But the fact is that we in some countries have the rise of fertility rate, and it's closely related this level of fertility with firstly with the average age of a woman giving childbirth. In all countries, CAC region, the main age at childbirth are between 27 and 30 years. During the 90s, the range was between 23 and 25 years. So we extended a lot of the main age for childbirth. That means that the main age for first child is also very high, for second and all other births. So using this data, we can calculate, and it is very important for policies, tempo effect. What that means? That means that we can calculate how many how many children women would give in case that we don't have postponed in birth. So on this table, is the data just for last data that we could reach. Adjusted total fertility rate is the right column, and the left one, total fertility rate, is the recorded fertility. And adjusted is fertility that we could have with in case that we don't have postponed in the birth. So how it's calculated for 2080? We actually need 5 years, a few years. For 2080 is calculated using data from 2070 until 2020 data. So we can see that in almost all countries where we have increase in average age, mean age for childbirth, we can see that we can reach higher fertility. And this is important because we can approach to the age-specific fertility rate and to see specific situation in age groups inside the reproductive age. It is important for policies, of course, general measures, policies, should be the same for all ages. But, for example, in some cases, in some instruments and some institutional support may vary and they depend from the age of woman. If we know that a lot of birth occurs between 30 and 35 years, and it's not the same if it's 25 years, so it's 10 years difference between age. So the needs of couples and individuals are not the same with 25 and 35 years. So that's why this is important to reach and to know this data. Second very important issue or trends, I tried not to use word issue, but it's not possible to avoid in topics like such as like this one, is marriages. We heard that some of colleagues yesterday give presentation where in Czech Republic I think that a significant share of non-marital births occurred outside the marriage. And we have last 2 decades increase in non-marital births in all countries of CAC region, but still for our families, marriage is one of the pillars, and it's very important, and it's closely related to the family structure and for at the end for the fertility. And if we have a increase in mean age for first marriage, then that means that we have also increase in mean age for first child and for second and third one, and etc. All this low fertility rate below 2.1, mean increase in mean age for childbirth, increase in mean age for first marriage, can be defined with term of second demographic transition. It's a framework under which current pattern of fertility and fertility behavior which impact on family structure occurs today. This term is defined in the late 80s, and the most important indicator for the second demographic transition is the momentum when fertility is below 2.1. In a region of CAC countries, we experienced that in late 80s, end of 80s and early 90s. During the early 90s, some countries have had fertility about 2, and it was a minority of countries, but it was about 2. And during the 90s, we experienced a strong drop in fertility. And according to demographic theories, we have 2 opinions, 2 directions why that happened. One is related to the economic situation, where when the most of countries experienced the rise in employment, low income, and that all affect transition, and all that had affected decision making about the child. And the second one, we put it in one broad range term, modernization. That means all other factors related to the change in the balance of gender role, then education, rise in individualism. Also, secularization is part of that. The third one, demographic trend that is important, maybe the same important like fertility for CAC region, is population aging. Data presented here give us evidence about the share of population age 65 and over. And on the graph, we can see all the dependency ratio. It is a ratio between population age 65 and over and working age population, and it is expressed in percent. Between 2012 and 2023, all countries experienced a strong increase in population age 65 and over, and this occurs because we are now last 10 years in a phase where cohort of persons born during the in the first decades after Second World War now they start to coming in the age 65 and over, and these cohorts were, and they are the most the highest or the, I'm sorry, I cannot find the appropriate word to say the cohorts with the most number of persons ever born, and we are now filling the cohort of 65 and over, and the 65 and over is not such a huge thing, but the age older population, 80 plus and more, is it will be and it is in exponential increase, and since we have life expectancy also growing continuously, we can expect that this continue to go exponentially. Rise in life expectancy was, and it is one of the most important human achievement today, and all of us tend to that to happen, and now we don't know when it's happened, we don't know what to do, how to handle with that. The other one, demographic trends for CAC region, important for family structure, is household structure. Average number of persons per household in CAC region in 2022 was below 3, less than 3 persons per household. Why this is important household for family structure? In demography, family is one person or couple with children, children or without them. And if we have one couple with children or without children living with parents and sharing common living costs, it is a household, one household. And why that is important for family structure and for fertility? It is important because if you have support of your parents in rising child. Many studies shows that parents feel more comfortable, they feel more safe when they know that his or her child or children are with grandmother or grandfather. They feel more safety, and in that cases they decide maybe to have more than one children in a family. So the current household structure, as you can see, is less than 3 persons. And I must say, in countries like Serbia, Croatia, there is the highest share of households where we have more than one family in household. That means that about 40% of households have more than one family. That means that couples, usually couples, lives with one of the parents or both. And it is important for family support. I'm finished now. I'm breaking the time, but all mentioned demographic trends, like fertility about 1.5 in average. We saw that, for example, Czechia record 1.8, but most of the countries have around 1.5. Increasing mean age for childbirth, or postponing the acceptance of parenthood and population aging should be treated not only like in just like issue or problem, which is, but more than like new regime, because if we accept that it is new reality, then we have better chance to find more appropriate solution for upcoming decades. Because we do not, with existing measures, we do not try to resolve our current situation. We need first to fill the gap from last 30 or 35 years, depends which country in CAC region is considered, and then to think about the future decades. So I think that using problems in terms of new demographic reality is not best way, because if we accept like a new demographic regime, it is we have a better chance to give a best solution for the future generations. Thank you.